Oh, good morning, good morning, good morning. I only have about 20 minutes or so for this live because it's something that I literally just heard. OMG. I just heard that. And I just kind of had a rebuttal to it. Now, I know 2 million of y'all is watching the freaking YSL testimonies with those witnesses up on that stand. Okay, you can almost predict 3 weeks out about what all of these witnesses are going to be testifying to and all of the cross-examination questions and the state questions. You can just figure that shit out 3 weeks ahead from now. And it's crazy because, well, it's redundant to me because the state only is developing questions based off of a question that they didn't already ask. So depending on what the answer is coming from the witness on the stand is how they are developing continuing questions to prolong hours of a person being on a stand. And I'm like, okay, this is redundant. So for example, if you ask whatever that guy name was on the stand yesterday, if they ask him, so what does it mean? I'm native, sweetheart. What is your definition of a gang? Well, my definition of a gang is three or more. Well, who are those three people you talking about? Well, so you consider three people a gang? Like, it just goes on and on and on and on and on. Who the fuck is a damn three people a gang? I don't know. Anywho, but I just find it funny and I find it redundant. You know, it's just mockery of the waste of time of the justice system with this case here. So I'm like, oh yeah, tap in on this every now and then. However, good morning, Native. Good morning, sweetheart. Hugs, honey. Good morning. It's happy Thursday to everybody out here in the American YouTube land. What's up? What's up? What's up? But I had something to say because I just heard Trump. Oh shit. Mention it in a conference with the, I guess she was, Caucasian lady, whatever, talking about how her son, her kids, one grown, one 18, he just joined he didn't join, he just applied to start receiving his trade, off experience to obtain work in the world. And then when she said that, something else came to my mind. I'm like, a trade? He's going to go learn a trade. What is he finna do? Learn how to, cut the grass, put a roofing on, clean out the gutters, auto mechanic. Well, what is he finna do? Okay. So she says, well, I want to know, what is your plan to stop the immigrants from coming in and taking over the jobs, right? Trump rebuttals back with, well, yeah, I'm aware of the situation. First of all, there are millions and millions and millions coming into the country. How many million of immigrants they got over there in that day? Well, how they get that count? There's more millions. When is this count is going to stop going up? First of all, millions and millions and millions of immigrants. I would think that I would have been satisfied with that notation had he said, well, yeah, there's like, maybe 200-300, getting into the country, on a daily basis. There's millions out there. I get it. Coming from all different kind of walks of life of these different countries out here. So I get that. Okay, there's millions of them. Now, he goes on to say that these millions of people are pushing the black people out of their jobs. What black people? The black people that can't get a job? The black people that got pushed back from receiving a job because there are way more white people that is more experienced or educated to get the job in the first place. The black people They got pushed out the jobs because they have felony records, and 90% of the business land out here is operated or owned by a white CEO. What the fuck? You can have a black person go up to a job who don't even have the money to dress in the attire of an interview to receive the job and be judged by that and get an application turned down for a job. You don't have many black people out here on these jobs because the white systematic system that was set up to incarcerate predominantly 70% of the black Americans are incarcerated. That needs to be fixed. But I was listening to him. That's not true. Trump, that's not true. You need to go into explaining why the black people are not having or obtaining a seat in a lot of these jobs that's out here. Not only that, there's a lot of our black people that is out here on the drugs, on the gang banging shit, that prefers to make money the fast way instead of waiting for $13 to $15 an hour to become have a seat in the middle class or the upper class that they call them. There is a whole lot that is in that algorithm that he could have said to explain that to me a little bit better to that Caucasian lady that asked that question. And this is why, I don't get involved. I'm like, oh, hell no. You're not going to throw this on the black people. Where I'm at, number fourth of all, if these illegal immigrants are coming in to this country and getting these jobs illegally up under some type of business or whatever, I said it before, it's the business that you go after. They're the ones that's not complying to the provision of the rules and regulations. They're hiring these people. So the first thing that you would do is start pulling license. The second thing you would do is, if they don't comply, you shut their ass down. You don't shut them down because of the amount of taxes that is imposed on these companies out here that is paying into the government to help keep the government stabilized or rich. And once that is stabilized and they receive the money to get rich, then of course you guys control the government, the system out here, and it's just in a repetitive freaking cycle of bullshit. They talk this shit daily, on a daily damn basis. And it's irritating up the butt with this damn crap. Go fix the problem. Go shut down the damn businesses, even if they are supplying that got done, the GDP, the imports in to receive the goods, from the different countries. But yet then they're hiring what Trump says all of the illegal immigrants are going to be taking the jobs. I think that that's a total hogwash to me, because I'm living out here and I don't see it. If I go into Dollar General, yes, there's a Mexican there. But as an American citizen, are you supposed to just go up to this Mexican and say, hey, do you have your citizenship here? Are you legal to be here? So not only sometimes do you feel like the government should be bound to a duty to address something like that, it seems like being an American citizen and you know that this is going on, should you be bound to do immigrant security check on people and start reporting them? When you report them, then how fast are they going to come? Then what, then you got to worry about repercussions all behind that. I don't think that that's true about what he said. I really don't. Where I work at, and pretty much y'all know, you can't get hired up in there as an illegal immigrant. They're not going to let it happen. Most companies have a fingerprint scanner. So they're running it. They're running your background. What happened to all of that? Don't the companies have that? I'm talking about even with Dollar General. Don't you have that system set up? Once they run your fingerprints, that goes through the federal investigating to see who you are, where you come from, what's your background. Or are they just running it to make sure that you don't have any criminal background? I don't know if the system is set up. Matter of fact, I'm going to find out. I wonder if the system is set up to find out, if you are an illegal immigrant. The system out here that we have, American citizens, they have it where when you get ready to go and get a driver's license or a state ID, that shit has to go through Springfield. Springfield goes through and do the federal thing to make sure you are who you are, an American citizen. They ask you on the applications, were you born in the United States? They ask you all of this. So I'm really baffled and really confused because it's not the people's fault of the illegal immigrants coming into this country. It's your government fault. You guys are making the freaking mistakes about it. But then they point the fingers. Well, she did this or she did that. No, it's the compliance. Also from the companies that they allow to have existence out here to make money, that are paying their taxes into the government. This shit is weird, y'all. This shit is weird as hell. Very, very weird to me. Hi, Louisa. Good morning, sister. Yeah, this shit is very weird. They all just want something to freaking gripe about, that they have the power to actually control it. They have the power. You have the power to go in and check in on whatever the governor is doing, the senator and the mayors of the freaking states that controls the operation of GDP out here. Goods delivered on services. They have that. I don't understand it. They won't stop it. They won't stop it. And I get it. Trump is all over that. But like I say, if he ends up basically stirring up a lot of trouble where imported goods are coming in, and then you wants to do some overpricing on shout out to you, sweetheart. Thank you, boo. So you want to do some overpricing of the United States goods going out. Shit, he just might start at a lower, or they just may stop, buying from the United States. I don't know. The shit is crazy. But I had to chime in on that, because why did he use the blacks? Why did he use the blacks? Why didn't he say that the illegal immigrants are coming in here pushing the white people out their jobs? Why the blacks? Because the blacks already are having a difficult time, or had a very difficult time, getting themselves in executive positions out here, or even the cruddy positions that from the companies that are hiring. That's crazy. Applications are discriminated on. They are. Everywhere in the United States. You can have the smallest little glitch. They done got so bad on the American people over here in the United States obtaining a job, to go as far as, oh my God, you were late on your Capital One bill. They'll go all the way down to that. Since when you being late on your credit card bill, when you're trying to obtain a job to pay your bills, should have anything to do in the equation of you getting a job. Now, I can see them, upscaling it to trying to rent an apartment, because that does show, that you are not in a good faith status of paying your bills on time. So why would we trust that you're going to pay your rent on time? I get all of that, but at the same time, that just a little, what he said, Trump, kind of annoyed me just for a second because who's pushing the white people out their jobs? Oh, my bad, nobody. The white people ended up pushing a whole lot of black people out of the jobs that they were going in to get at the same time that the white people were trying to get, but they were giving them to the white people. What the fuck? I'm like, okay, I just could not agree with that. And I just had to chime in on that. And like I said, sometimes, you have to listen very, very carefully. So if you're going to be biased, try not to be biased. Because if you're going to say that the illegal immigrants are coming in here and they're pushing all of the black people out of their jobs, I want to understand and know why they not pushing the white people out their jobs. Oh, because the white peoples dominate most of the jobs out here in these white businesses or any other freaking businesses. That for the matter of that, you don't have white black people, too many, working in the establishment of a manicure spa shop. Those are white people. You have now, just recently, maybe 5-7 years ago, where you have a few black people that is obtaining their license in that part of a beauty structure of a business, fingernails, toes, makeup, stuff like that. But still, I don't think that's true. And I think, in my opinion, that he fed that lady some BS up there. So now she gets to leave there, and in her mind, saying to herself, oh my God, we're safe. We're safe, son. You're 18. You're safe. Trump is going to make sure that the illegal immigrants is not going to push you out your job. But he sure in the hell ain't going to make sure that they won't be pushing the black people out the jobs because the black peoples are incarcerated. The black peoples are on drugs. The black people credit is messed up, can't get one. The black people are in the gang organization. The black people are, hell, it ain't even the black people much that's in the cartel. They just buy from the cartel. The fuck? So that is just wrong, backwards, and crazy. Crazy. You got sick when you work at the hospital, you got sick. You got to keep your mask on, honey, when you are around, a magnitude of people. You really have to just still wear it so that you can keep yourself well. But I don't know. Like I say, I heard that part and I had to chime in. And now, I went over to watch. This is just a little bonus because I got to get ready to go. That damn wisdom girl over there they had a whole lot to say over there, y'all, about Sylvia, and the situation, right? Now, that situation shall too pass. It is what it is, and it happened. And then I went over and I heard some of Randa's live, right? And I understand it, and I get it. When you are down for a person, you rock with a person, you roll with a person. I get all of that. But at the same time, there are some things that was done and said, whether it was for the past or the future. It was done. There are going to be a whole lot of people that like what you do and don't like what you do. That's just going to happen. A survival, when you're trying to survive, you just keep doing what you're doing. But playing the victim card, come on now. There's a strong victim card that's being played. And I get it. It's YouTube. People can do whatever the hell that they want to do. But stirring up a big negative democracy because of other people's perceptions about some things, that shit is crazy. You just gotta, just let it roll. Let it roll on off, pretty much. And now I realize, after where I've been, because I had to go check out this little Facebook group, right? They say, shit, they be over there about 7,000 strong. And this Facebook group started all of this stuff, woo, 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 about you know, things that Sylvia was doing and how she was doing it, and they didn't like it, which is a personal element, right? It's a personal element. They didn't like it. So, yeah, they're going to put together some stuff to see if they can, move it in a negative way. It is what it is. The only thing about worrying about that shit is making sure that they negative way doesn't cause her, incarceration and or something like to that fact, right? But now I realize, oh, okay, so this is why, her chat is this big like this. This is why there's a lot of followers. Well, hell, 50% of them is there to make sure that they get all the damn moves and actions of Sylvia. Pretty much, they trying to see. So when they get ready, like what they did, was brought out this situation about a juror and Sylvia nicknaming them all, which it is what it is, but she nicknamed the people. She said she did. And you got to ask yourself, did she nickname them in a negative way? Did she nickname them just in a positive way, just to keep to refrain from saying their names on the freaking lives? I don't know. But what I find, in my opinion about it, is when you are requesting, this is just my opinion, this rule 22, you're telling the courts that, I'll be respectful of the court, I'll be mindful of the people, because now you're actually being allowed to work for the courts. Now you can put the information out and and what's going on. I think there's a borderline of whether if when Sylvia was using the nicknames for him, whether if she should have been doing that or not. Sometimes you got to use the mind over matter to keep the respect and the integrity of yourself. Yes, I want to, did she use it in a jokingly manner? Did she use it in a teasing manner? Did she use it, so all of that, needed to be weighed in on that situation and things like that. But sometimes you have to be and stay weary of whom you're trying to protect. You really do, because being dragged in this shit ain't gonna do nothing but cost double money. That's just how I feel about it. Now, I'm looking at the chat, and I'm pretty sure, if Sylvia has to spend more money to do X, Y, and Z, get an attorney or whatever, she's got enough people to pull it through for her financially, to do that. They've done it before. They've got money together and hired her a lawyer against Hollywood out there. A whole bunch of stuff, But here's my final, opinion on this situation. And it is what it is, because I've been watching it. Sylvia is not all the way innocent in this shit. Period. Period. I've seen the Silly Seal channel. I've seen and watch how a person can be in one pair of shoes and then and tomorrow we're in another pair of shoes. I watched all this shit. And I can say this shit and talk my shit because I ain't on nobody goddamn side. None. And I sure in the hell ain't gonna be biased about it. Now, there's a whole lot of things that she did that wasn't wrong. It's her channel. It's her show. She should be able to say that. But she held a position in that courtroom. And in that courtroom, she was filming. She has a Rule 22. She has access to seeing multiple people and talking to multiple people. And once you do and you obtain that position, that's when your mindset has to change. That's when you have to grab whole integrity. Sometimes as bad as we don't want to, and we want to spill it and tell it, you're going to have to swallow it. And that's just that. And developing nicknames, from a juror, it could have came from anywhere. Like to say, it could have been a family member watching. It could have been, and they didn't like it. So they probably went back and told somebody in the jury. It doesn't mean that the juror that was spoken about could have been watching the channels. That doesn't mean that. But what happens is people will build their story, as they go along so that they can develop also their defense. That's just a natural thing to do. People just, that's just natural. I'm finna tell my part right now, because I have a defense for it. But what's crazy is that I think that a lot of people forget that there was a lot of us that was out here from 2019 watching this whole entire shit of the characters that are bloggers and vloggers or YouTube creators. And shit just don't go away. If you were going to be this person that you're trying to say that you are, the way that I feel about it is you should have came out the gate with that integrity when you first hit that go live button. That's just how I feel about it. I got to go. Y'all have a great day. Love you, girls. Shout out to you. You know who you are. Thank you, honey. I appreciate that. Thanks for still hanging around with the channel. So when I can pop in that, you guys are here. Hit the like, the share, the subscribe button. And my final thought for today, it wasn't that difficult to obtain Sylvia's address. Sylvia's address, just like anybody else's, when you are in a position that you're involved with being incarcerated or etc., right? There's CCAP out here. There's Pacer out here. There's people that work in the system. It's kind of messed up, right? Because that's exactly what they did to R. Kelly. There were people that was involved, that worked for the system, that knows how to use CCAP, and they found address. They finds this. They finds that. It's easy to obtain. But the way that you have to live out here is just to be mindful, mind your business. Don't do it to others if you don't want others to do it to you. The world recycles. People remember. And it is what it is. Now, I may come back later on, because I got to tell y'all what that damn Booker was over there ranting about. And he mad that, I got to tell y'all now, he mad that damn Randall brought his name up in that live. Boy, he hot as hell. He went over there acting like he was typing and calling somebody too. And he CC'd Brian Steele. What about Brian Steele? What the fuck Brian Steele got to do with this? I thought the shit was funny, as usual, because of the nonsense and the craziness of how they perpetuate things in their heads to make them think that a lot of this shit is against the law, or I'm gonna get you involved in the law. Investigated, interrogated. Shit fun as hell, man. Shit fun as hell. But you know what I found? Had these people had fucking jobs and other fucking shit going on, none of them would be caught up in this shit at all. And good morning, caller. I gotta go, honey. But I was just mentioning I gotta walk while I tell you this, honey, because you can rewind it. I got a little moody about some shit Trump said this morning, and I watch it and I see, you know this shit way more than I do, so I can only touch on little bitty shit that kind of comes to me. This man was up there answering a question, girl, to this white lady, right, she asked the question, she's worried about her son not being able to obtain a job in the trades that he's taking, right, because the illegal immigrants are taking over. Trump ass gonna sit up there and say, well, yeah, they're pushing all of the black people up out of their jobs. And I don't find that to be a true statement. What from the time frame of life that I have been living, what I find to be a goddamn true statement out here is that, hell, black people couldn't get a job back then when it was time to get a damn job. I find that most of our black people are freaking incarcerated or on drugs and shit like that and can't get a job. I find that the job organizations and business out here are held down by the majority of our white Americans out here. So I was like, what the fuck is he talking about? So why didn't he not say that, he finds that Americans are getting pushed out of their jobs by the illegal immigrants? Then I had to go into the fact that she said that her son was going into, the trade life of working. What is that? Cutting grass? Chopping down a tree? Putting a roof on a house? Well, what is that? Because Last I checked, shit, ain't no black Americans too much want to do that shit anyways. So, hell, they can have them jobs. Or better yet, put all your white folks in those jobs. You got a problem with it? But, I don't know, girl. It just, I had to hit the link with him. I heard him say that, right? Because I was like, good morning, man. I was like, Trump, you need to quit it. Let's tell the real reason why black Americans are not majoritized, and probably not a word, of CEOs out here. Let's talk about why the majority of black Americans don't own, these businesses. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Yeah, half of them ain't, attained certain degrees to even get started. Let's talk about being turned down from the loan officer when they're trying to, I'm late as hell today. Let's talk about it. They can't get the freaking loans. Let's talk about it. No, I've been in several businesses, been everywhere. I done been in the majority of 15 states this year, walking inside of restaurants or this or that. Over here, what do I see? White, 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 white. Is it because the blacks just don't want to work, or is it because the companies that won't hire them, they get overpicked by the white woman or the white man that comes in there because their resume is a little bit more immaculated over the black people? Can't get a chance. Is it that? But I'm just saying, it just, it annoyed me, girl. Hey, boo. It really annoyed me, Carla. I was like, boy, bye. Because if you felt like that now while you're answering this question to this white lady, then get your ass out there and tell these companies and businesses to change the policy, lift the goddamn order on the tightness of hiring felonies. Maybe once they do 5 years into being a felony, it should be automatically expunged with some exemptions of people that may have, serial killer, not them people, people that's raping people and stuff like that. But I'm talking about for minor, well, not minor, but kind of minor, stolen vehicles and shit like that, or, breaking into people's homes or something. Once they've done their time for it, you keep them on. You put this felony on their freaking resume, maybe you ought to lift it. And you watch how fast, or maybe, and with some rehab, with these people, and just maybe the count for black Americans out here on these jobs would go up. Maybe you'll see it. But since the guidelines are so stiffened out here, where do you expect for them to go? What do you expect for them to do? And I get it. Yeah, the white mama and the white daddy, sending their kids to the best of the schools, and they got all of this, and they got all the come from the middle class or the upper class of the people out here, or they know somebody that knows somebody, and yeah, get my daughter a job. They got their daughter go up in there. You got to interview the same damn day. You not knowing that the interviewee is goddamn it first cousin of Susan. Susan is the one with the $3 million goddamn dollars who done paid the interview. I got you. I'm gonna look out for you, girl, when you come over. Guess who getting the job? Becky May. Becky May getting that job. So that just, Carla, that just gotta, just kind of got under my skin a little bit, because basically now this white Caucasian lady who asked the question about her son and how safe will her son be with the illegal immigrants coming in, he may not get a job now or whatever, right? What would you do about it? First of all, now she gets to leave there with the notion that that Trump says that, well, he don't have to worry about it because the illegal immigrants are only pushing the black people out their jobs. The fuck? So my question was, to Trump, wait, hold on, bruh, man, from fifth floor, hold the fuck on. Well, when they gonna start pushing the white people out the jobs? Why they gotta be pushing the black people out the fucking jobs? Let's talk about it. When they gonna push them out? Go and push all the white people out. Then you won't have nothing to say. We know why the black people are pushed out their jobs. And in my opinion, according to my observation from touring the last 14 states that I done been in and the companies that I done visited and sat down and ate at or this or that, it ain't no damn black people up in there because the white people got the damn jobs. And it's also another varies of reasons, and we all know that. We know that we struggle in the drug polluted world. We know we struggle in the financial part of the world. We know we struggle in the greatest knowledge, retaining knowledge from the best of the colleges and shit out here. We all know that. We all know that. So change goddamn policies. Show some goddamn leniency or whatever on a lot of these black damn Americans out here. That's all I'm saying. You made it tough for us. You made it hard. That's all I'm saying. And if can't nobody see that, then it's, oh well. But that's just the way it is. Because I've been in the businesses. I'm over here. I go in here. White. I know y'all know about Famous Days, right? It's 3 goddamn Famous Days up here, and I done visit them all. One of them is about an hour north of me. 2 of them is right here in town. I can tell you on the count of my hand that it is only maybe 2 black people that is working in these damn establishments. That's it. So like I say, is it because our black Americans may be lazy now because they're tired of being treated like nothing? Maybe it's that. Like, fuck that job. That job only is paying $14 an hour, but my rent is $1,200 a month. How the fuck I'm finna afford that? So what do? They left with a juggling, shuffling situation. I'm gonna go sell drugs. I'm finna go do this other hustle. I'm finna go make some music. Sell that. And I think that that's one of the reasons, in my opinion, humbly, that upsets white America. Is because the black people know how to hustle and know how to get it with working their way around without paying these high-ass taxes, steady getting robbed, without needing to answer to somebody, be submissive to somebody that's ordering them around on a shitty-ass job to mop a floor. Maybe it's that. It's a magnitude of different variables, and I get that, but at the same time, our black Americans gotta wake up, man. You just gotta wake up. We gotta wake up. I was looking at this when I was in Pennsylvania, Carla, right? So I went into this one community, right, and then turn around, I just saw a movie on YouTube, right, that just kind of enlighten me a little bit more. And this is how black Americans, you take your asses out there, and it's a lot of abandoned buildings and structure in the neighborhood and things, right? Torn down for whatever reason, right? And your government or your city has not come out to fix them back up, to put them back on the market. Nobody wants to buy them. They're just sitting there. Then, God damn it, since you wants to roll and take over this freaking community in this building right here, get somebody in your fucking family or you yourself and get your ass down there and start trying to obtain a freaking FHA fucking loan, a Freddie Mac, a Sassy Mac, or some motherfucking body, and buy the motherfucking property. Buy the next door fucking property. It don't take much to put down on a fucking home. Now, while you over here trying to run this and structuralize some bullshit over here, guess what? You now own about 8-9 fucking homes on this fucking property. Rent them out to your people. While you trying to do X over here, you can also be earning Y over here at the same time and keep the community clean. They will stop coming and hunting down your asses. But you won't do shit. So that brings me to that movie. I'm gonna go back into my recent watch because the movie was good as hell. But I'm looking at these young boys, right? And they coming in and out of these abandoned buildings. Now, on the inside of the abandoned building, you got chairs, you got a table. They just done took over the motherfucker. Now go on that bitch. You sitting here and you slanging, you pulling in 20, 30,000. Find some motherfucking way to whitewash your fucking money and go buy the fucking building up and fix it up now. And while you over here banging this out, raking in 20, 30,000, now you can get some positive money. But they don't think like that. I don't understand it. But that's just how, it's just operated out here, and sometimes it just gets sickening to me because I'm watching these guys. But at the same time, you're so busy, blinded by the money, like I'm seeing on YouTube with bloggers, whatever, to be blinded by the money, you forget to set the goal to a long-term promising financial meanings out here. What about this? Oh, so you just want to get the 20, 30,000, fuck the community, and the half of them dying off the fucking drugs that you're supplying any motherfucking way. So you might as well fix the community up for the next generation coming up. Maybe the one mama that just buying the drugs and on the fucking drugs and can't get off, maybe her son or maybe her daughter may come along in due time to purchase that and keep the community. I don't get it. So they can control and they can have a community. It's just that they get so blinded by the fastness of the monies that's coming in, you get lost with how you can trade off the fucking money for something good and still rise. You can flip it around. Everybody out here may have done it and indulged in it, but what was bad, you can turn it into good. They don't want to. So, and I get it. I think that Trump is saying that part about the black Americans without saying that part about the black Americans, avoiding any discrimination act on him. You understand what I'm saying? And I get the whole thing, but this whole charades of bull crap, anywho, Carla, love y'all. I got to go. I got work to do. But that right there just kind of got up under my skin. And then it's maybe because, I'm a black American out here. And I've seen it. I've witnessed it. I've been around it. And, it's like it can change. But don't use the black Americans as a scapegoat to your answer to that white Caucasian fucking lady. It's like, no. But now, yet then, he still has almost 80% of black Americans that's, woo, yep, go Trump. He say what he mean what he say. He got the mouth to say it, and he got this. That man is fooling around. Sometimes you have to take your experience of life and apply it to what he is saying to see if it fit the nature of the cause. And it doesn't fit the nature of my goddamn cause at all. None. The minute that I hear it, I'm sorry. Me, myself, and my people. We got to come first at some point of your life before you die. And right now, y'all ain't coming first. There's no freaking interest in y'all. He's using you guys because he needs to, and that's just the bait. But it is what it is. Have a good day, ladies. Talk to y'all later.